Next question here is Seniati takes a home loan for 1.2 million rands to be paid off 30 years at an interest rate of 10% per annum compounded monthly. Determine the Seniati's monthly repayment. So now it's again a repayment here, right? Repayments will tell me that I have to use the present value formula here. So what is my present value formula? PV is equal to x times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n divided by I. Again, the question is to calculate repayments, the monthly repayment. That means I have to calculate x. Therefore, I make x the subject of the formula. Therefore, PV times I is equal to x times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n. I have to make x the subject of the formula. Therefore, x is equal to PV times I divided by 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n. Now I substitute the values of P, that is 1.2 million rands. Now what is 1.2 million rands? 1.2 million rands means 1.2 times 10 to the power of 6. That is 1 million. Therefore what I get here is 1,200,000. So this is my 1.2 million. Therefore, I write here, how many zeros I have? There's 5 zeros there. So 1,200,000. That's 1.2 million. Times I. I is how much? 10%, right? 10%. That is what I will write here. 10% divided by 12. 10% divided by 12 divided by 1 minus 1 plus 10% by 12 to the power of what is total period? 30 years. That is negative 12 into 30, which will give me 360. So that I will substitute in my calculator. Therefore, my x is equal to, or my monthly repayment is going to be 10530,86. So much of amount Mr. Seniati has to pay to repay the loan amount of 1.2 million rands, or 1,200,000 rands. So that is my answer for the number A question. Therefore, let me write it down very neatly, these values. So here, let me write down this is my answer for the x here, and I put it there, x. And let me wipe those that I don't require. Now, question number B. Determine the balance outstanding on the loan after the 20th payment. So now at the balance outstanding. So again, balance outstanding is my present value formula, right? That's my balance outstanding. 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n divided by n. Now what's the question? Balance outstanding after 20 payments. Therefore, my balance outstanding has to be the same. So my repayment amount is 10,536, so 530, and there is no that is my repayment amount, 86 times 1 minus 1 plus 10% divided by 12. To the power of, now this is my remaining period, so 360, right? And after 20, therefore it has to be 340. So minus 340 divided by 10% by 12. So here 340 is important. This is the number of repayments left, right? The remaining period. So balance is the balance period, and I substitute this value in our calculator, and we may get this 1.18 million. So 1188 498,87. It's very close. Immediately, so it's in within 1.5 years. The question is after making 20th payment. Therefore, this will the balance outstanding. So my balance outstanding after balance outstanding is going to be 1188,498,87, right? So much of rands will be outstanding into the account of his loan account, Zinniati's loan account. So now here the next question. That's an interesting question. Next one. What is the question says? Zinniati has financial difficulties. He has some financial difficulties. Therefore, he is not able to repay. Right? So he skipped or he is unable to make 3 payments. Right? So, for example, during this COVID crisis, people are in financial difficulties. Therefore, similar to that, Zinniati has some difficulties and is unable to make 3 payments. Now, is what the bank agrees to restructure the loan. So the bank has come up because it's a universal problem, this COVID. Therefore, the bank says, okay, no problem, and we understand your problem, but you can now, when you're ready to pay, we'll restructure the loan. That means he has to, the total period remains as 330 years, but they will have to restructure. But the bank will continue to pay apply interest. Therefore, what will now pick up? I have to again calculate N. Again calculate monthly returns, and again I have to calculate X in the repayment. How much I have to repay, right? So now my N will stand how much? So it is 340. He skipped 3 payments. Therefore, my N will stand at 337. That's the remaining period. Right? Now, what about P? P, bank, and let me make X the subject of the formula. That is, will be PV times I divided by 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative N. So, N I saw 337. What is PV? Now, PV, that is important here. The bank will apply interest, right? Bank says, okay, you can repay. We will not take any action, legal action for not repaying, but we will apply interest. Therefore, the bank will apply interest for 3 months, right? For number of installment that is skipped. He skipped 3 installments. The bank will apply interest. Compound interest is compounded interest for 3 months. So it's this bank's decision to apply interest. Some banks may say we'll apply only simple interest, some banks will be discounted interest, but here there's nothing mentioned. Therefore, the bank will apply interest for compound interest for 3 months. So that is my PV. That is important. Now, that is very key point here now. The number of skipped installments, so that will be the number of months here for the compound interest to calculate the amount of the compound interest. Now that means either you can calculate this separately or we do it everything in one shot. So 1188,498,87 times 1 plus 10% by 12. So this is the compound interest amount for 3 months. Now that will be my PV. And my number of installments will be 337, right, to the power of negative 337. I can put this value in my calculator. Therefore, that will be, if I put this value in my calculator, and that will show me as 10,813,58. I'm rounding up. So that is my new installment, right? So my new installment is 10,813,58. So the key here is that the number of missed payments, right? So that must be compounded interest for that particular missed payment. So it's similar to deferred payment, right? Here the payment is a missed payments. Deferred means the starting repayment was There's a different. Starting a repayment did not start immediately after 1 month. It is started after a few months. Here in this case is a skipped payments. Number of months he was unable to pay due to some financial difficulties. And therefore, the concept is same in both the cases. We have to apply the PV, the interest, for the number of installments skipped. And so that is how we solve this particular question.